Registry Theatre, Kitchener. It's a long-time community theatre offering a range of events, including concerts, lectures, and performances. And Sam is the one who, along with his team, is managing Registry Theatre and providing this platform to the live performing artists. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Abhijeet Prashar, your host, and today we are here with a new guest. In this episode of What Comes Next, today we are here with Sam, and Sam is an executive director for this Registry Theatre. Today we'll try to tap on and get to know that how exactly this old school theatre still giving that chime and still giving that feel to the audiences. This digital platform is all taking all over, but still the crowd which comes over here and resonates and relates to the feel which actors over here give them with their performances and live art performances. So that is where Registry Theatre steps in. Thank you very much, Sam, for being on our show.
Thanks, Abhijeet.
Yep. So, Sam, I was wondering when I visited the Registry Theatre, and it was like a totally different experience to me, because the way Registry Theatre is still maintaining itself is like that. It's really hard to find theaters like this, and it's so good that it is being maintained in this manner, and people over here who are performing in their own capacity, and the ones who are related to you and this Registry Theatre, they feel it like that this is the space where they can just connect with the audiences in a manner which they are finding it difficult to find. And finally, with this platform, the Registry Theatre, audiences can find this with live performances. So it's really great that Registry Theatre is giving this platform to the performing artists, whether it is directors, artists, actors, musicians, anything.
Yeah, well, Abhijeet, that's our mission here at the Registry Theatre, is to support and encourage the arts in Waterloo region. And we have a thing that we like to say is we try to set people up for success.
Yeah, true.
We have a lot of people who rent the theatre and produce things on their own for the first time.
That's great.
And we listen to everything they're asking, but we also are listening to what they're not asking, because it's a complex undertaking to present a live event. And if you've never done it before, you might not realize that you need some help in some ways. So sometimes a person will be talking to us about everything they want to do, and we'll say, so it sounds like you're planning to be on stage and selling tickets and in the booth all at once. And they'll go, oh yeah, I never thought about having to do all that at the same time. We'll say, do you want to hire a technician? Do you want to hire some help at front of house? So we can help set them up for success by giving them the tools and the help that they need.
That's great. That's really impressive. But, as you being the executive director, what kind of difference you feel to the contemporary theatre and the ones who were dated back when, there was no digital platforms and all?
Well, if you go back far enough, theatre was the main form of entertainment.
Absolutely.
It was television. And when you are the most popular form of entertainment, you become a big business. And I want to make a bit of a distinction here between the arts and entertainment. I'm not trying to say that entertainment doesn't involve the arts, but entertainment for me is the arts taken to a professional level, where making profit, expanding your audience, and all those considerations of basically capitalism come first. We're a not-for-profit charity.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean we don't care about money or understand how it works. We have to make enough money to, of course, pay people. We value paying artists in a big way. We want to pay them. And we need to pay for our electricity bill and keep the heat on.
True.
But because we're a not-for-profit and because our goal is not to make a lot of money, but to improve the lives and to set artists up for success, we're able to get grant monies and form partnerships with other community organizations to help add to the vibrancy of the city. And that's why the city of Kitchener is very interested in supporting us, because they have a culture plan, which is to say they want Kitchener to be a vibrant cultural space. And we are helping them to achieve that goal.
That's true. But, as you must have seen different variety of artists coming over here and, renting out the space and performing for people, what kind of, the way you nurture it in your capacity, that people come here with their different mindsets. Every artist have their own demands and all. How does Registry Theatre comes in and fulfill those different demands of variety of artists, where you're not declining or refusing their demands, and also trying to cope with their demands even after being somewhere. There could be any situations where even Registry Theatre is lacking back, but still you are working hard to fulfill as much as the demands you can fulfill of the artist.
We're a small organization.
Yeah.
And so when I speak to anybody about renting the space or performing here, I'm very clear about what we're able to do for them.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, people often have to do things for themselves here.
Yeah.
That's what we're set up to do.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between hiring a company to move all their furniture in your house for you versus renting a truck and doing it yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to pick the stuff up, you have to package it up, you have to carry it out the door. It costs you less money, but you have to add in more labor yourself. And we hope that that labor is not some miserable chore that people don't want to do, because everything that happens in the theater, there are people who love to do it. People love doing costumes. People love doing lights and sounds. People love doing marketing and running front of house.
Yeah.
The challenge is to find people who love to do those things and to connect them with the people who need those services and build community. So my way of dealing with the needs and requests of an artist is not to promise them that I'll take care of everything and they don't have to worry about it, but it's to say, I'm on your team.
Yeah.
I will help you find the people you need, but ultimately it's your energies and your passion that will drive this project. You're the leader, and I'm here to help you and follow you. And there's some things I can do and some things I can't. I can rent you the truck, but I can't provide the movers.
Yeah, that's very impressive. I mean that's the very transparent side of this. I would say your team and the Registry Theatre, where even the artists can be very clear in their mind how they're going to manage it.
Whereas someplace like the Center in the Square down the road, big, beautiful 2,000-seat venue with a full staff of people.
Yeah.
So there, they will take care of most of your needs.
Yeah.
You will also pay $10,000 or $20,000 to rent that space for the night, So, and of course, you can sell a lot more tickets. So again, we're talking about the difference maybe between a small-scale community arts group, which is me, and a professional arts entertainment facility, which is what they're doing over at the Center in the Square. Both are very important in a healthy arts ecosystem.
I'm sure. And as you've been here for really very long, especially with staying connected to the performing arts, as I myself experienced being an artist, the kind of audience comes over here to see the performing arts, and you all might have visited the digital theaters. In comparison to this, what kind of difference you found with the audiences, when they arrive over here and they cheer for their, live performances and all? What kind of difference you found with the audiences, that connection?
Because we're such a small theater and because we are enabling emerging artists often who've only done a few shows or never done a show before, audiences at the Registry often have a personal connection to the artists. A lot of friends and families and colleagues and supporters who come to support the person that they know doing the art for the first time. Or maybe it's a more well-known artist, like you saw Daniel Champagne last night, who has an international following, not a huge following, but a big enough following that he can fill a little theater like this and provide an intimate experience. So for those people who came to Daniel Champagne's show, I suspect for them the thrill was to be this close. Like the audience is not so far away that I can't see them, that they can't walk up to me and shake my hand after the show. So that has a lot of value to people, to have that intimacy, to be close together. And because we only have 150 seats, selling out the theater is not often challenging, especially if you have a little bit of a following.
Yeah.
We're really here to help people hone their craft, build momentum, and graduate to the next sized theater. So there's the Conrad Center right down the road, which can seat 300 theaters, 300 people. The goal for us is to have somebody get so big that they can't fit here anymore, and then they graduate to the Conrad. And then they grow so they can't fit there anymore, and then they move to the center in the square. And then they get so big and they develop an audience beyond Kitchener that they go on to national and international stardom. Or whatever. Maybe they just stay here at the registry and keep connecting with their audiences and have a wonderful little community. We're here to support all sorts of artists because you have to take your first step. If you want to go on to a fabulous professional career, you still have to start somewhere, and we're the place where you start.
That's pretty good. That's pretty nice. I mean, I've seen that when I myself was experiencing this, live performances over here, especially with the Danish Champagne, I found it really impressive that the way audience was connecting with Daniel and the way Daniel was connecting, and that impressive connection between both. And I found it that this cannot be possible with the digital platform. Or maybe there could be some connection with digital platform, but the kind of experience which comes with the live performances, that's truly remarkable. That for that whole hour-long performance, I was feeling those goosebumps, and I was in that feeling for even after the show when it ended. So I totally relate to it. And moreover, with this, with this time when we are here in this century, where do you see this live performances and theaters like Registry Theatre? Where do you see it in the upcoming future?
I think that if a little theater like this is going to sustain itself, we're going to have to evolve. And one of the things I see as a way we'll evolve is by enabling producers, not just actors and singers and the creative members of the team, but in a way that I didn't understand when I was first entering this field. The role of the producer, I think, is more understood and appreciated because of, the hip-hop community has turned the producer into a very recognized team member. And people producing their own TikTok or YouTube channels now understand in a way that regular folk didn't used to what it means to be a producer and how much creativity and responsibility and power and privilege there is in being a producer. And so I think continuing to unlock that, people who have a million followers on TikTok but have never really done anything outside of their own bedroom, I would love to work with more of those people to do their first live shows. And we've done a few of those, and it's been fantastic. And I see that as one way where we can really invest in changing technology and serving the evolving needs of our audience.
That's really great. That's really great. So, viewers, this was our interaction with Sam, who's an executive director at Registry Theatre Waterloo. And this was our experience. Sam helped us to know that how exactly this old school theatre still gives those chills to the audiences who still love those live performances. And it's not something which is a dated back thing or an art which is all dated back. It is something which is still thriving and which is still growing, and it's going to evolve in the coming future. Keep watching, stay tuned. We'll be right back with another episode for what comes next. Thank you very much.